It's going to be an hour. It's fine. I didn't bring my plug. Hi, testing 1, 2, 3. Okay.
This is for the. How about you stand there and I can adjust the
Children I won't have.
You want it down a little more? Hey.
Well, there I am. If you want to look at it from time to time and make sure that I'm centered.
What'll do it?
If only I could use all my letters and then the D would be really bad. Like if you don't play a letter at the end or something.
That's okay. Yep. I look pretty good. There I am. I don't need the microphone. I better pee.
You leave a microphone, it's going to throw it into the audience. Don't give him a weapon.
Yes.
You should be able to do the, yeah. Sorry.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Three Friends Coffee House and Assembly, which is a show and tell gallery event. This happens the last Monday of every month. I'm Nikia Cummings, and I'm an associate producer with Show and Tell Gallery. We're a 501c3 nonprofit, and we produce free community art events around Portland, but mostly here at Three Friends Coffee House. And this particular event is called Assembly, and the whole idea is to bring in artists who we adore, like Mike G, and interview them after they perform for us. So he'll do like 20 minutes of performance, and then together we'll do a collaborative interview. And so I've brought some questions that I've prepared, but I'd also love for you to help me out in asking him all about his artistry. And before we get started, I want to thank a few people who helped make these events happen. First of all, Bobby, the owner of Three Friends Coffee House, and also Sarah, who's behind the counter preparing our drinks and our food for us. Thank you. And then the people, I collaborate with a lot of people to make this event possible, and we're all volunteer staff. So as Melissa says, we get paid in glory, which I like. And so Melissa Silito, Wayne Flower, let's see, Ray McDonald, Joel, how do you say your last name? Wedman, Joel Wedman, Nathan Reynolds, and Patrick Bocard, and Christine Himitsu White. We all work together to bring you these events and doing various jobs behind the scenes. And let's see. All original material, yeah. We like work clap happy here. Clap as much as you want. Clap happy, that's good. All original material will be podcast, and you can revisit this show in probably a week's time on showandtellgallery.org. And if you're here for the open mic or you're interested in participating, the sign up for that will happen around 8 o'clock following this event. So I'm going to start off by just reading what Mike G provided as his bio. It says, born in Michigan, suffered, became a straight A little parrot, suffered, sought and found all the wrong gods, suffered, worked 11 years as a waiter, suffered. After many parasitic relationships, he married a teenager at age 30. He thought this would end his suffering, No. That bring my G to the stage.
I think what's so miraculous about a night like this is that our culture doesn't often allow a mentally ill person to hold court. And it's a great thing when that can happen, because neither Obama, nor the Pope, nor the Dalai Lama would allow me to have dinner with them. And that's too bad, because those of us who are performing artists know that we're pretty fucking important too for the evolution of the species. I'm going to read 3 poems that I think are indicative and illustrative of my mature period. And we'll get to my romantic period later in the questioning. But yeah, I'll just read these, and then I really want you to think of questions that you could ask, because I'm very excited about that. I like being questioned. So the first one is a poem for my great friend Dennis McBride, who's not here at the moment, but he, more than any other poet, has helped me believe in myself. Through his sufferings, I've learned that it doesn't matter what we go through as a performing artist, that what we do matters, and we absolutely have to go on. Deep End. I am 5 years old. I can't swim. The water is deeper than me. I float on a raft, and it's one violent shove, and I'm under, choking, kicking. God grabs my little waist and thrusts me up into the air. I can breathe. Breathe. The God who saves me is the same God who shoved me in. He's my dad, and he's laughing. I'm silent as my little white teeth chatter. I make rage a part of my body I'll never show to no one. Daddy says, Mikey, I did that so you remember to never be cruel to others. I'm silent. I take his words to a quiet place of shame I'll never show to no one. Never! We stand looking out on Lake Huron. You see where the water turns dark, Mikey? Dark blue, almost black. We call that the drop-off. Don't go there. Don't risk it. 1 second you're safe, the next you're too deep. The undertow grabs your beat and you're a goner. What is left of my original courage is tossed in the trash with the guts of the fish we killed for lunch. 1 week later, the air is thick with chlorine. I'm gagging. My first swimming lesson. I can't do this. I can't swim. I can't tell my parents I can't do this. The swimming pool has its own drop-off called the deep end. I stand there shivering in my swimsuit, skinny boy with platinum hair, shivering, silent. Loud, confident children brush past me. God, the instructor, barks us into the water. I set my Bugs Bunny towel on the bench. A little girl discerns my terror and smiles sweetly as if to say, shh, it's okay to be scared. She was my first love. I follow everyone into the shallow end. I am last one in. The kids splash till the whistle blows. God, the instructor, barks. By the last day of the course, you'll know how to swim, and each of you will prove it by diving into the deep end. For 3 weeks, I don't sleep or eat much. I'm looking for my props. You know, a performer always has to have his props, so I got to get my harmonica out, my condom, and that'll come in later. And, oh yeah, this is the little doll. This is the first girl who ever loved me. So let me go back to that. She was my first love. I follow everyone into the shallow end. I am last one in. The kids splash till the whistle blows. God, the instructor, barks. By the last day of the course, you'll know how to swim, and each of you will prove it by diving into the deep end. For 3 weeks, I don't sleep or eat much. I ask God to take my soul if I should die. I listen to the instructor, God. I try my best. I still can't swim. And the great, terrible day of the Lord is at hand. Come on, Mike, you're up. God, the instructor, commands. I climb the 3-step ladder of the diving board, tremble my way to the edge, look down into the dark water, take the deepest breath my little lungs can take. Take my soul, God, I am a good boy, take my soul. I drop off, go under, straight to the bottom. I kick, flail, can't break the surface where the world is. I can't hold my breath no more. Then God, the instructor, dives in and saves me. The sound of salvation is the sound of shame. The first girl I ever loved is pointing and laughing at me. Ha ha ha! You can't swim! Ha 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 ha! But I can breathe! Grow up! Play it safe! Stick to the shallow end of the pond! Stick! Be a straight A little parrot! Wait till the white man barks! Walk! Shut my mouth when I'm supposed to work hard at a safe career! Work hard! Find a safe girl to marry! Make a safe child! Safe house, take shit, be safe till the end of days. I can't fight this. I'll shut my eyes, suck my thumb, forget the deep end. It took a long fucking time, but I learned to fight back. Remembered the power of no! Look me in the eyes, Father God the coward! See, I'm not ashamed, not afraid. The drop-off is right here. Now watch me leap into the deep, dark water. No God can drag me back to the shallows now. It will surely die if it tries. I am poison to its kind, and my deep-end friends are here with me. Drunk, naked, joy, pain, we are swimming. There is no life raft for us. All we have is our guts. Now, this next one. Is for our host, Nikia. This is the first poem she ever heard me do, and I'm very glad it struck up a friendship between us, greased with tears. Science is wrong! When the sun spreads her legs, it gets cold. That's how winter is born. I trust intuition. It's fun going down the tubes. I like the sound of it, going down the tubes. Intimacy with sane beings is so over for me. I endure the indignities of mustard squirting. That's my job now, squirting mustard onto sandwiches. Thank you, poetry. Thank you, Joseph Campbell. Following my bliss has blossomed into a career in mental illness. Oh, I'm still fine, Mom. Just going down the tubes of October again. The tubes are smooth, machine-made, slick, greased with tears. I'm too weak to climb up the tubes. I follow the gravity tube, the grave tube. Going down the tube ahead, there is light. What is that light? Perhaps the cunt of the sun. It's cold. Yes, Mom, I've been meeting lots of girls. You know, the going down the tubes type. One of them said, your descent is fascinating to watch. Happiness is just a Betty Bye tale, isn't it, Mom? Just spread your legs and make more babies, born into this pigsty universe. How can one possibly thrive here? My notebooks are confusing. They seem to indicate a former state of thriving. June 6, 2008, I wrote, Still, waiting for Godot and all things not coming. But my cum glistens in the sun on the scales of Scylla. And fuck you, Charybdis, you're next. Revenge against the pigsty is mine. I transcend misery, super poet, Superman, superego, be damned. Nietzsche, you did not prophesy in vain. Well, that sounds a little too fucking cocky. That doesn't sound like me at all, so I read on. Oh, here I am, October 6. What a bunch of horseshit. Misery reaps vengeance upon my vanity now. My annus mirabilis has expired. October plunges me deep in the stink of a new age. Father, why have you forsaken me? My ego shit has filled my cell, and now I'm drowning in it. Once a proud raised fist, Now flaccid hand, trembling in the death wind, I close the notebook, accelerate down the tubes. God, as a mustard bottle too, I remember, squirts failure every place I piss. God damn the sun, deceptive bitch, your tit could freeze my tongue. My path is a thinly whittled beam greased with tears. I slip and fall, razor blades receive my blood, razor blades receive my blood. Street corner violin, my mother tears. I can't stay in Michigan, I'm a flower in prison. Rotting tooth howling its expletives at me, my wax-impacted ear howls back. Pain is commonplace and so untold was my joy. I'm God's latest mistake, you say, a flower in prison. You are a most gloomy piece of ass, like fucking a head of rotting cabbage. My petals droop and die after a day of such intimacy. Grotesque October! I'll go all gonzo poet tonight. Change the history myth bullshit I languish in. Insert myself as slave on Ulysses' ship, rowing the boat for Ulysses. Wax impacting everyone's ears. At the siren singing, music burns through. We burst our bindings. Orgy on deck! Orgy on deck! Penises, vaginas everywhere! Where's the Mike G spray his seed first? Ulysses bends over for me. Losing our minds is beautiful, but soon we're beached in grief. Ulysses and me alone. I hold him close. I lick the blood from his ear. I tell him I love him. We are hapless, half-witted animals bound in heat. I eat Ulysses' kidneys, attain the strength of 1,000 odysseys. My ears, goddamn my ears! I wake in a queue of despair. McDonald's walk-up window, 3 a.m. after Tony's funeral. Robin needs McChickens, and I need her hot parentheses. Heat to make my brain less lonely. The queue is angry. Yes, I've been muttering I'm great. I'm truly great over and over. What's so great about you, motherfucker? Fair question. Drunk in the mirror, I sometimes ask myself, what's so great about you, motherfucker? Bag of McChickens in hand, I face my adversaries. Call me Ulysses. Tell Telemachus I'm coming to liberate his smoking purple butthole from the pain of virginity. I'm on the greatest path. I'm on the greatest path. My friends, remember me for who I was. Please leave your porch light on. Leave a beer and a smoke. With a swipe of my claw, I'll be off. I'll take my frustrated lust to the land of silence. Soak my poems in the blood of silence. That light I see going down the tubes ain't no sun. It's the blank white rage of silence. I shall tarry there. I shall never have a home. One more that I just can't wait until the questions. I've been living my whole life for the fucking questions. Now, once again, you'll have a chance to ask me about my romantic period of my work later. This is my mature period that I want you guys to grab a hold of. This is, I think, it's perhaps the greatest poem of my so-called mature era. It's called Mental Illness Autumn. It all begins with the sucking of skin, the bone, the blood, the brain wind, and something invisible that tickles the soul's genitals awake. Years pass, wild spring passes, the ache and the blade pass, triumphant summer passes, the high sun, the young sky, the frenzied god, brain god snatches her fire back, passes, and now the present, which ain't no gift, just a mental illness autumn thought. How wrong the rain is! It's flying sideways in pieces. I don't wish to cling to it. How wrong your smile is, painted smile on a wall, I don't wish to cling to it. Where are the gentle smiles, gentle rains? I wish to cling to you. I look beneath the pile of leaves, only leaves, no gentle smiles, no gentle rains. When I break down, will you smile like you used to, smile like you used to? Tell my parents who their son was, who their son was. I was an inspirer of humans. In my mental illness autumn, when this voice is but a raspy fade of a once great surge, and the intimate crowd no longer gathers, and I wander lost through the mist of trees, curse the animated arc of branch and green, knows the shit of mediocrity, will you hold my hand? When I'm cackling to the leaves, crunching beneath me, and slurring my sermons to the birds, and exposing my serpent to the serpent. I'll take that fucking apple eve, I'll take it and eat it all. Will you hold my hand? Which door do I knock on? I can't decide. 401 or 415. It's a fucking good time, a fucking good time behind each door, and they're right across the hall from each other. I love them both, can't decide. I flip coins in the hall, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 5, can't decide. So I go down to 306, smoke weed with the goddess there, and we sing to each other's faces, hold each other's hands, and it's a fucking good time. Every poet should carry condoms. Where did my condom go? Oh, there it is. Every poet should carry condoms. We're fucking poets. Fucking poets. Let's fly to where the wild others are, make wild to the wild others. Hey, you hot young thing, may I sort of pretty please ease my Major Tom into your ground control? Wouldn't that be nice? Major Tom to your ground control. My Major Tom in your ground control. Hey. Behold my new stage name. Mike G has passed away. Call me Vagina Lover. I just want to be a Johnny Appleseed of joy to vaginas everywhere. Making vaginas happy makes me happy. Makes me forget I'm in the midst of a mental illness autumn. In my mental illness autumn, when I'm no longer a smoking hot poet, can't decide anything, can't decide, toothless and too manic for words, bring me my wine in a plastic cup, hold my hand, tell the others I was a tender vagina lover. You told me I was, you told me. Pieces of rain, wrong rain, flying sideways, a piece of rain flew into my eye, you say. Oh my God, how big is it, baby? No matter. I will gently extract that piece of wrong rain, kiss your eye, make it all better. Here, take my umbrella. When the pedestal crumbles and I fall, and I will fall, will you be my cushion? I have no cushion. I'm afraid I have no cushion. Don't tell me I'm clawing at nothing. Can't you see I'm trying to scale the rainbow? Scale the rainbow. See these colors on my claws? I stole them for you. Take them and live, goddammit. Live, goddammit. How wrong the rain is. Hold my hand. Manic, manic, all my teeth gone, screaming my truth. Monogamy is for babies. Falling in love is sick fixation. In my mental illness autumn, I'll fall apart for other reasons. Complicated, heady reasons. Bring me my wine in a plastic cup. Tell me it's okay, I spent it all the God in me spent. I had only this one pretty basket. I filled it for you. When my gift is gone and all the eggs broken, please tell me I'm not broken. When I'm broken, make the wrong rain, wrong smile right. Hold my hand. In my mental illness autumn, I bury myself in burgundy leaves and think of your faces blazing, manic, forever. My triumphant summer 2009, blazing, manic, forever. I think of all the tight young pussies coming for Bukowski in his middle age. Was he surprised and grateful? I am surprised and grateful now that they've come for me in this my middle age, when I'm too far off to be reached, in my sufferings, secret immensity, tell the others I perform from the place that was best and oldest in me. I perform from you, spent the God in me, when my greatness is memory. Release the memory, go forth, greater than me. Be inspirers of humans. When I am gone, pump your fists. There I live, in the fist pump. I scaled the rainbow, snatched my colors, gave them away to all of you. It made me happy to give them, all of them. Know that I broke down, burned out, happy to have loved you, loved you. Planet Earth is blue, but there's still screwing we can do. Bring on the black and all, motherfuckers, fuckers, fuckers. Bring on the Q&A.
Woo! First of all, I want to say my porch light is always on for you.
Nice. A bowl of milk.
A bowl of milk. My friend. So we're gonna just share this mic. Actually, I mean, I know that you'll really need it. So once again, give him a round of applause. Rousing performance. So this is the portion where we come together to ask him all the questions we desire, and he has made it very clear that he's totally open to answer any question. So bring it on. Just call out or raise your hand or something to get my attention, because I do have some questions, but I think we'd prefer to hear yours. So if you have one, let it be known. Oh, Wayne, go right ahead. Start it off.
Regarding the coming dolphin war that you're always talking about.
Yes, thank you.
Dolphin heat war, sorry.
Thank you.
Isn't it true that you had a 3-year-long affair with a dolphin named Finny?
Yeah, thank you very much, Wayne. That's an outstanding first question. Just gather myself for that. You know, I'm always fighting wars, whether dolphin human, or angel human, or God the Father human. And, I mean, regarding the dolphins, I mean, my God, it's so difficult because they've had 70 million years of continuous evolution. And we've only had, like, I don't know, 1.5, whatever Homo habilis is. So I'm always very concerned about dolphins. Secondly, I'm worried about pigeons, who seem to be birds who've learned how to live in cities, just fucking taking handouts. And, of course, the crows and the squirrels, who also concern me. But regarding the dolphins, I think that you know, I've kind of learned to speak their language, and they really do appreciate my poetry. And so I think we're at a truce right now, where the dolphins are realizing that they can't fucking take over until I do my thing, because the dolphins know that I'm one of these humans involved in the, you know, in the dialogue between human-dolphin relations. And they know that I'm a bigger deal than Obama or the Dalai Lama. So the dolphins have granted me a reprieve. Thank you, Wayne. I hope that answers your question. Next.
Thank you. Bunny Anthony. Yes.
Well, I was wondering, I've never seen you, seen your hairline. I've never seen you without a hat. That's not a question. But you guys know you have a skull and you have like an upper part of your head.
Losing my hair. Oh no, there's more hair.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite hat? I mean, even when I was a teenager, they used to call me a hat. You know, like the older kids, they call you a hat. It was kind of a derogatory term. I don't know what it means. To this day, I don't know what it means. I was wondering if you have like a favorite hat, performance hat or other.
Well, that's a fantastic question. I'm glad you asked it. This beret, a fan of mine from Vancouver, a woman who's in love with me, who's not here tonight. I mean, she can join the club of the women who are in love with me. But she bought me this hat because she thought I'd look sexy in it, and I think I do. Yeah, I think I do. So she bought me this hat, and it's kind of a favorite because, you know, I mean, the Mike G wants some action now and then. But I have a lot of hats. I have about 7 hats, but I'm really, as I'm getting older and past the age of 40, I'm getting used to just having my raw, balding head being like a power statement. Because, God damn it, it's all about being authentic. So I think that if whatever power thing you have, a hat, a harmonica, a condom you can throw to the audience, it's all good because as performers, we're involved in the evolution of the fucking species. Next.
Two-part question, going back to the Dolphin Wars.
My favorite topic.
Okay, so one, do the dolphins have laser beams attached to their freaking heads? And what is the role of sex in this war?
Well, that's a fantastic question, and I'm glad you've asked it. I've been thinking about that exact question all day long. They know that they can't really fuck with me because I have an electromagnetic shield around me that the human, you know, allies have helped, and also the pigeons and the squirrels have put around me. They know what they want. They just want what we all want. They want honest communication. They want to be loved. They want to experience tenderness. They want radical empathy. That's what the dolphins want, and that's what the pigeons want, and that's what the crows want, and the squirrels want, which is why I throw peanuts to them with my bestie Mary every day outside of our house, because that's sometimes the only joy we get, throwing peanuts to the 3 species that are our favorites. The dolphins just want to know that there are humans like myself who are not bound in the slavery of the walking dead. We don't want to be seen every day as gray and, oh my God, we got to go to work. And the dolphins are happy that there are people like me and millions of others just like me who say no to that status quo bullshit. The dolphins are very much in support of my work. Thank you.
I like that. We don't want to be seen as gray.
No.
Anything else from the audience?
What made you decide to move from Michigan to Portland, Oregon?
Melissa, thank you. Thank you. Excellent question, because that speaks to the problem of origins. The year 2000, I decided after my divorce and first bankruptcy that it was time for a change. And I had one friend living here who worked for Columbia Helicopter in Beaverton, and he's a photographer, but he's kind of a conservative guy, so we had just a little bit in common. And he said, dude, if you want to be a creative being, move to Portland. You can't live in the suburbs of Detroit. And I thought about it, and it's like, yeah. He asked me to come visit, and I said, fuck it, I'm not going to visit, I'm just going to move. I'm going to save up some money and move, so I did. And I've been here since June 2001, so that's over 10 years, and I've never looked back. It has been a great experience, because even though human nature is consistent around the planet, there are more cool people here than where I'm from. I don't know about people who are from New York or Boston or other cool places. I come from the suburbs of Detroit. I had to move here to save my goddamn life, and I did, and I haven't looked back for a second, and it has saved my life. The incredible geniuses I've met here, the lovers I've met here, the people who've pushed me onward beyond what I ever thought I could be. I needed to move here, and I'm so fucking glad. Yes, Portland, and it's going to take a huge fucking crisis for me to move out of here, you know, unless I become famous as a stand-up comedian or an actor, which certainly might happen. That's the only reason I would move out of here. I love Portland.
We might have been on the same plane because we moved here from Minneapolis in June of 2001.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Well, I drove in my shitty 94 Tempo that I sold as soon as I got here, but I would have been on that plane with you. Right on.
Okay.
Goodbye. Hello, Northwest.
Well, I'm glad you're here.
The most open place in the universe.
Hey, Mike. If tomorrow you found out you were going to be mayor of Portland, what would you change about this city?
Outstanding question. Outstanding. I was hoping
You know what? You gave me some advice last time to repeat the question.
Please.
Right. So, you said say it again real quick.
Tomorrow he's mayor.
If tomorrow
what would you
you're
change
mayor,
about the city?
what would you change about this city?
Sam Adams, Portland here. I just want to like go up there, and even though I'm mostly 90% a hetero person, I mean, he's 100% hetero. I would come up to him and hold him, and I would kiss him, and I would say, Sam, I understand that your time is short. Thank you for what you've done. You know, this Occupy Portland thing isn't going to go away. You know that you did the best job you could in this little political thing. I mean, I could have been a politician. For Christ's sakes, I dropped out of law school. My first ambition was to go to law school and be a senator, which obviously I had the talent to do, and make $100,000 a year and do something. But you know what? Those poor politicians have such a hard time. I would say, Sam, for once, can you please, on a national stage, get on all the news channels as you're leaving office, if that's what it takes, and say, you know what? I'm leaving office because the whole fucking system is a joke. We need a better system. These people wanting fairness are right. The fact that this whole re-election thing is proving me to be a tool, so I'm not doing it. It's time that somebody had the guts, a senator, a congressman, a president, saying, you know what? No. The people matter, and this whole system is ridiculous. And for somebody to say that on the national stage would be refreshing. No one has, to my knowledge. That's what I would want the mayor to do, resign from office and say this system needs to be overworked. I don't have the answers, but we need to together come up with the answers.
Nice. Let me plug one of my own questions in here, okay? I think one of the most incredible qualities of your performance is just how vulnerable you get on stage and how forthright you are. And so I'm really curious. I've been in your audience for a few years now, and enjoyed every minute of it. You really seem to stir me every time you get up here. So I'm curious, how you came to be the performer you are today, and how you developed your style, and how you get up here.
When I turned 40 years old, I gave up. I just fucking gave up. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? Get to be the age of 40 and things haven't worked out yet, and you're trying to work a fucking stupid job in a stupid fucking economy? That's ridiculous. And yeah, I've been a writer since I was 22, and even before that, since age 7. But it's like I was always like afraid, like everybody, and trying to do the fucking stupid jumping through the hoops and being a square peg in a round hole, which is absolutely fucking ridiculous. I am so fucking pissed that any of us don't think we're great. When I turned 40, I realized, and I had a great partner at the time, my friend Robin, who's in Amsterdam, whom a lot of you have met, who's in Amsterdam now, and she taught me a lot about radical courage because she's decided to change her sexuality. You know, she was born a male and said, fuck that, I was supposed to be a female. And she did that. And she taught me about radical courage, and when she met me, when I was 35 years old, she said, Mike G, you're great, but you're not great enough. So what are you going to do to rectify that? And I took her advice, and it's like, fuck it. At age 40, I decided to finally do open mics on a regular basis, and I finally decided that what I had in me, my authenticity in me, was good enough, and that nothing else mattered, that I would just make barely enough money to survive, and that was good enough, and that telling the truth, no matter how risky it was always worth it, that the people that I would draw into my life would be worth it, and the people that I would lose from my life, and I've lost a lot of people from my life, would be worth it. And I'm so glad I made that decision. So for 4 years since being in the open mic scene, I've changed my life, and I live my life as if I could die tomorrow, and as if my performance that I give tonight could be my last, because it's not promised, and I am so fucking grateful that I'm finally saying yes to my life. It's not an easy. It took me till I was 40 years old, for Christ's sake. If I would have died at 39, I wouldn't have had this.
Audience, any questions? Melissa?
Mike, you mentioned the open mic scene. What would you say have been pivotal influences for you as a local poet? What kinds of events or people have been important to you?
I'm going to repeat that real quick. She said, so you mentioned the open mic scene, and so which events or people have been pivotal to your development as an artist?
I remember clearly the first night I went to Tony's Tavern, which was a very important open mic on the other side of the river. Back in the days in which we could smoke and drink, and everybody was drunk there, and I met people like Tommy Gaffney and Frank Sauce and Astrid and Jimmy Victory. And I listened to these people, and I was just amazed by the potentialities of what could be done. And I stopped writing cute, well-formed 20-line poems. Of course, I started off reading all of the classics and writing in rhyme and meter. I know how to do that. I've read them all, but these local unknown people taught me about the power of just being yourself and talking about things like shitting your pants trying to walk across the river, or having erectile dysfunction, or everything else, and how that's allowable, and the power of having the courage to do that matters, because nobody has the balls in this culture to be fucking real, and that's what pisses me off. The open mic poets taught me about radical courage, and then I decided, okay, I'm going to just fucking write 6 to 7 minute poems about my life, and it changed my life. I started to have dreams about doing performances. For the first time in my life, my dreams were in accord with my reality. Being an open mic poet has saved my life. It's saved my soul. It's given me a reason to live. I want to live to be 80 now instead of dying at 60, languishing, feeling like I was just a tool of the fucking system. The open mics and art in general has just introduced me to a world that matters, and that all the things that are important, all the fears and the financial problems and the romantic problems, they're still real, and the personality has to address that. But because I have this huge thing, this purpose, I know that I can survive all of that. They're going to have to scoop out my fucking brains or tear my throat off to stop me. And if they do, I'll try to write something down so one of you can perform it.
I have a question. Yeah, seems to be about my age. I was wondering for the kind of older gentleman performing, if you would recommend one of the three, which would be boxers, briefs, or free ball.
Thank you. A very important question. I'm glad somebody had the balls to ask it. Well, when I moved out here from Michigan, I was wearing tighty whities, and because I didn't know any better. I thought that was the Michigan deal, and I mean, none of the women back there seemed to laugh at me for that. And then when I got here, I realized that no, it was boxers, so I switched to that. As for free balling it, that really seems to be the way, doesn't it? Because,
An evolution, I suppose.
right,
Yeah.
right. Because my God, were we not born to have enormous balls? I mean, come on. So why not let them be free and blowing in the wind? And those who love our balls can say yes, and those who don't love our balls can say no. But goddamn it, why not? Why not? And for the women out there, be free as well. Wear whatever the fuck you want. And if, just fucking give the middle finger the fucking tools. You know, yeah, we just have to be whatever.
Thank you.
I have a question about mental illness.
Thanks.
All right. Yeah. I know. You mentioned madness, mental illness, craziness a lot, and I'm wondering if is it inseparable to your identity as an artist or as a poet, and just really like, is it to be creative, to be honest, creative? Is it to be crazy? Are they inseparable?
That's the biggest question of them all. It's the world that says we're mentally ill. Obviously, if you're a performer inspiring people, you're not. It's the world that defines this. It's DMS-4, DMS-5, the psychiatry industry. I know so many people who are in treatment, trying to get treatment, not getting the right treatment. I know so many people who are much more intelligent and sensitive, compassionate, and empathetic than their therapists are. It's just, to me, a fucking joke. I've never seen a shrink. I've never seen a therapist. My therapy is my own work. I am so fucking frustrated with the friends that I love, the people I love most, not getting the help they need from the establishments. People trying to prescribe antidepressants, this and that pill to make you sleep better, this and that pill to make you happier, and god damn it, it's so fucking hard. And it's like these people, these professionals are so trapped by the system itself, they can only see people like 10 or 20 minutes at a time. It's just a ridiculous system. I've sat in on therapy sessions of friends. I can't imagine, these 25-year-old psychotherapists trying to help a 40 or 50-year-old person with all this life experience. It's just ridiculous. Not that this stuff doesn't help anybody. I haven't seen it help a single artist or genius that I know. And I'm just so grateful that my work is my therapy, that the voices in my head are enough that I never needed. Of course, I've never had the insurance or the money to see the therapist, and that's helpful also for those of us who are poor. But my God, no, I write about mental illness a lot. That's my self-diagnosis. That's my base point for attacking the world of therapeutic, models. But I do not think that I'm mentally ill. I think I'm mentally healthy, and my work and my imagination is enough for me. So help me God, as long as I live, and I'm very happy for it. And my friends, my dear friends who are trying to get help, well, they get a little bit of help, and sometimes it works. I don't want to say that there's no help there, but I believe in the strength of imagination and having valid friendships and partners to get us through these times. So I think being a creative artist makes you a therapist for others and inspire others.
Yeah, is there a specific open mic that stands out in your memory over the last 4 years?
Yeah, 4 years of my rebirth. Yeah, Tony's Tavern, and Leslie, Tony's Tavern. That innocent time when I was just starting out, and I really believed that everything was possible. All these great people, and yeah, they were mostly drunks, and yeah, they were kind of crazy and kooky, but it was the best therapy that I could have gotten at that time, and it's just what I needed at age 40 to realize I am not going to live that way anymore. I am not going to be a fucking pussy anymore in this goddamn life. I am going to be myself. I'm going to say what I have to say, and these people accepted me. They took me in. They made me feel part of a family, like a church. And I wanted to be a preacher in God's church back in the day, just like Sam Kinison and many others. Many performers wanted to be a minister at one time, but this was the church that worked. Tony's Tavern open mic with the beer and the smokes and the poetry and the acceptance and the hugs and the dancing and the singing at 2 a.m. before we're kicked out. That was the church that worked, and I had dreams about that lasting, and it has lasted. And God damn it, if I live to be 80 years old, and I want to now, I will. If being a performer and not being paid is enough to be authentic and to meet people. All the lovers and friends I've met in the last 4 years have come through poetry. I am so fucking thankful. It hasn't paid me a fucking cent, and I don't care.
Fuck you!
Is there anything particularly therapeutic about writing humorous imagery as opposed to writing something completely serious and straight face for you?
Thank you. Excellent question, because it speaks to how I approach a poem when I first start. What's fun for me is to address serious topics and make it somehow funny. And to make it funny makes it bearable. I approach every poem I start and every short story I start and the 300-page novel I started with a frustration. The answer to the frustration is, well, come on, it's not so serious. What's funny about it? And what's funny about it is that I can't last very long in my mind with the, oh my God, how everything sucks, politicians are stupid, health insurance is ridiculous, I don't have any, how sad it is that my parents don't accept me, or that my lover doesn't accept me. What's really amazing and helps me in my mind is that I'm able to laugh at my own jokes, that they come up in my head. That it's like, oh, how funny it is that I can't get a hard-on when I need one. And now that can be so embarrassing to so many people. It's like, oh my God, you can't get a hard-on when you need one? No. When you have a fucking mind that works, that saves your fucking day. Yeah, I can't get a hard-on when I need one. How fucking funny is that? Because I can do other things with that not being able to get a hard-on when I need one. I can write a fucking poem about it. And how funny is that? And how funny is it that my parents are never going to accept me for who I am? You could say it's tragic, but I know how to make it funny. And I know how to laugh at my own jokes. And I know how to be okay with the fact that my wife left me and became a prostitute. And I have 2 bankruptcies. It's funny. It's funny. If I somehow, God forbid, got cancer or lost my voice, it's my job as a performer to make that funny for the rest of people. So help me God, it's my job. It's a fucking serious thing to be a performing artist. It's not a light thing, but the lightness extends it to all of humanity. That's right. Thank you, Travis. Thank you, Travis.
The time's going really quickly. We have 7 minutes left. I know, the time's ticking. So, does anybody have a question out there? Matt?
You want to get a beer after the open mic?
Yeah. Actually, I wanted to say that anybody who has a question that they feel too shy to ask now in public can feel free to go to the bar next door afterwards, buy me a drink, and I would be very happy to answer all questions long into the evening and morning, because the Mike G has a lot of energy. Even though I'm sick and my poor chapped nose and lips are cracking and bleeding, this is why I live.
Laura?
Oh, thanks. I'm so lucky. I have a part-time job of being an usher, and a lot of my coworkers are here tonight, which is a huge risk for me to invite them, but I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You gotta have huge balls and huge heart to be a performing artist, and that's what it takes. And I am so lucky to have this part-time job where I get to be an usher for the symphony, the opera, the ballet, the fucking car show, the fucking and fucking comedians who are less talented than I am, and all that. And it makes me just enough money. And what I want to say about making a living as an artist before we run out of time is, God damn it, do whatever you can. If you need to have a partner who pays your way, do it. The important thing is that you are an artist. What you're doing is participating in the evolution of human consciousness. Nothing is more important than that. Whatever you do to keep a roof over your head or food in your belly is fine. I work part-time. I get a little unemployment, which is going to run out soon, but I'm confident that I've made enough friends through the miracle of my personality to always have a couch to sleep on, and I need to do my work, and that is first and foremost.
One more question. Who wants to be the last question? Speak now.
All right. What are your thoughts on punctuation?
What are your thoughts on punctuation? Period. Question mark.
Be radical, do whatever you want to do with it. I think this whole grammar syntax thing, I mean, my God. James Joyce and Shakespeare did whatever the fuck they wanted to. I think genius steals and genius invents, and don't be afraid of being great. And I'm so fucking sick of people thinking they have to be slaves to convention. Do whatever the fuck you want with that. And if people don't understand, then you just give them more. It's like, we're not any less than Shakespeare or James Joyce. We can do whatever the fuck we want. We're fucking artists.
Mikey, if we want to find out more or listen to your poetry more, can we go on YouTube
Oh yeah,
or something?
please check out my YouTube page. Go to YouTube and type in Mike G Poetry. I have over 100 YouTube videos.
Are you performing anywhere?
I'm usually performing here on Mondays. I'm performing in Vancouver a couple times a month. Usually, you can go to my Facebook at Facebook.com/Michael Guimond, Guymond. But you go to YouTube, Mike G Poetry, YouTube, and you got all my stuff there. And come meet me for a drink afterwards and pay for it, and I'll be happy to talk more.
Well, it's been lovely. Thank you so much for all your questions. I'm so glad that we had mostly audience questions tonight. Mike, thank you so much. I love you. And if you're here for the open mic, Melissa, I believe, or Christine is going to be coming up to tell you more about it soon. With that's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Cool.
That was awesome.
Good job.
Meet me in the sign-up list over there in 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
You were great before.
I was that earlier. Oh, yeah.
Hey, when you come to the sign-up list in 4 minutes over by the Cream of Sugar and the wonderful, lovely, talented Christine from Show and Tell Gallery is hosting, if you haven't been before, be sure to put yourselves at the very front of the line, boys and girls. Thank you.
That
It just flew by. It wasn't enough time.
Oh,
I wanted to talk
that
for
was an
hours.
amazing treat, Mike.
Hey, I wanted to talk for. Okay, I gotta find my little doll that I threw down.
Oh, I see. I think she's up on the stage still, but
My little doll.
what was the title of that first one you read? The defense one.
The defense.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. I think that is my favorite piece of yours.
Really?
I love that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's amazing.
Oh, that's your bag. Oh man, sorry about that. Oh my God, sorry. That's your bag. It was a classic. Thank you. I just need to find my little doll. He's right over there.
Oh, she's right up there, actually.
Yes, she's on the stage. Oh, there it is. There it is. I call this doll Olivia. This is my little 21-year-old friend Olivia. Okay. Oh my God! How did my phone get over there? Are you serious? Thank you.
Oh, no, okay.
Oh my God.
Oh, weird.
I thought I was in your chair.
Thank you for coming. What a Herculean risk to be in front of coworkers.
Did he have the back?
I've done it. I know.
I'll wait it out.
I got fired.
We were over here.
Wow.